Hare Krishna. Today we're reading from the Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 13, and Shlok number 12. So we hear Sukdev Goswami just continue to describe how yesterday we were discussing about how Krishna and his friends, Krishna just saved all of his friends from the mouth of Aghasur. Then they were playing in Vraj, and they found a place to sit and eat. And over here, as they stopped to eat, Sukdev Goswami Maharaj continued that, "O Maharaj Parikshit, while the cowherd boys, who knew nothing within the core of their hearts but Krishna, were thus engaged in eating their lunch in the forest, the calves went far away, deep into the forest, being allured by the green grass." So we hear Sukdev Goswami Maharaj is saying that the cowherd boys knew nothing within the core of their hearts but Krishna. They loved Krishna so much as their friend. And all of the Vrajvasis loved Krishna so much as their child. The gopis, right, as their beloved. Everyone loved Krishna so much that they were not ready to accept that Krishna is God. The Vrajvasis, all of them had excess of love for Krishna. So Krishna said, "Okay, let me show you I am God." Right? What does he do? He kills all of these demons. He kills Kaliya. He lifts up the Govardhan. And as he's lifting the Govardhan, he's telling him, "See, now you guys believe that I am God." They say, "Krishna, you are not holding up the Govardhan. We are holding up the Govardhan. And you danced on Kaliya's head, right? But somebody else had already removed all the poison and already made him clean so that you can dance on his forehead. And all of these demons, you think you killed them, right? There is God, there is Jaja that is protecting us. He is killing all of these demons." Krishna had tears in his eyes that I'm showing them I am God, still they're not ready to accept because they have so much of love. And over here, we are not ready to accept Krishna as God out of no love in our heart, no compassion in our heart. Over here, all of our acharyas are saying Krishna is God. We still say, well, in the Shiv Puran, they state that Shiv is God. Right? Lord Brahma is saying, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami, that Krishna is God. He's the primeval Lord. Lord Shiva is saying that Krishna is God. I worship and meditate at the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna the entire day. Otherwise, why would have Lord Shiva written Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksh Bhajanam? Hey Radharani, please give me your sidelong glance of mercy. Lord Indra, the demigod of the heavens, the ruler, the king of all of the heavenly planets, he is saying Krishna is God. Narad Muni, who he's the rishi of all of the rishis. Right? He is the rishi of all of the rishis that when they need something, they go and consult Narad Muni. He is saying Krishna is God. And here we small living beings, we do not understand that because we have no love in our heart for Krishna. We also should yearn to develop that we know nothing else apart from Krishna in our hearts, just like how the Vrajvasis had. In text 13, when Krishna saw, right, the cowherd boys were frightened. He, the fierce controller even of fear itself. Who controls fear? Krishna. Even fear personified is fearful of Krishna. So he, Krishna, the fierce controller of fear itself, said, just to mitigate their fear, "My dear friends, do not stop eating. I shall bring your calves back to this spot by personally going after them myself. So over here, the friends began to worry that the calves are not in their eyes, then their viewpoint. Right? For certain time, even if you go out to a big open area, open park, if someone is playing, you can see them, but if they keep going far away, they keep diminishing from a viewpoint, and then it comes a point where you cannot see them at all. So the friends began to get worried. But where there is Krishna, right? Even fear personified cannot stay there, because even fear personified is afraid of Krishna. So how could Krishna let his friends become fearful? He told them, I shall bring your calves back to this spot by personally going after them myself. Right? Gopal, the protector of the cows, Krishna's one name. So Krishna went into the forest after these calves himself to bring them back to that spot. He's telling them. And in the purport also, Srila Prabhupada is writing that in the presence of Krishna's friendship, a devotee cannot have any fear. Right? Even death, right, which is the ultimate fear, Srila Prabhupada writes, is afraid of Krishna himself. So when the devotee surrenders to Krishna, whatever comes in their life, good, bad, anything, they do not fear, because they know that Krishna, who is Krishna? The supreme controller, the supreme personality of Godhead. That everything that happens in a devotee's life, when they have surrendered to Krishna, happens according to the will and the mercy of Krishna, no one else. Whether it is good, whether it is bad, right? It may seem bad for us now, but in the long term, we will realize that that is the best. That was the best thing that happened to us. So Krishna personally sanctions, before even something happens, Krishna has to sanction that to happen in a devotee's life. Who Krishna? That Krishna who is always in bliss, always situated in bliss. He has 33 million demigods that are working right under his command, controlling all aspects of this material world. That Krishna tells them personally that before anything happens to my devotee, show it to me. I will approve it, then only it can happen. So just imagine. So how can there be fear for one who has surrendered to Krishna? And Bapuji always says that love Krishna and trust Krishna and always depend on Krishna. Even in the worst of situations, always depend on Krishna. In the best of situations, always depend on Krishna. And in doing so, there will be no fear. There will be some nervousness, right, of what may happen. You may get nervous, but the fear will never even come near us. We will never be afraid. Right? So over here, Krishna promises the cowherd boys that I will personally bring the cow's boy back to this spot. Krishna said, let me go and search for the calves. Krishna said, don't disturb your enjoyment. Then carrying his yogurt and rice in his hand, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, immediately went out to search for the calves of his friends. To please his friends, he began searching in all the mountains, mountain caves, bushes, and narrow passages. So Krishna is doing everything, right? He is himself looking everywhere for all of these cows. Now, Krishna didn't have to do this. He already knew what was going on. Because he knows the past, he knows the present, he knows the future. Right? So as he is walking around, Krishna actually is in bliss. And he's doing everything through his energies and through his potencies. Right? But over here, Like we see all of this material world is running through who? Krishna, the demigods, they are taking care. There's a Surya Devta, there's a Chandrama Devta, right? There's a Vayu Devta. Everywhere you see all these demigods. So Krishna actually has everyone at his disposal. If Krishna would have said that, hey, demigods, come here and search for these calves and bring them back to the spot, they would have done it immediately. But over here, for his friends, for his devotees, he personally went to search. And it is not that his energies went to search, he personally went out to search. And he told his friends, you sit and enjoy, you don't disturb your eating. And he began to personally search the mountains, the caves in the mountains, the bushes, the narrow passages everywhere for these calves. And then over here, oh Maharaj Parikshit, Brahma, who resides in the higher planetary system in the sky, had observed the activities of the most powerful Krishna in killing and delivering Aghasura, and he was astonished. Now that same Brahma wanted to show some of his own power and see the power of Krishna, who was engaged in his childhood pastimes, playing as if with ordinary cowherd boys. Therefore, in Krishna's absence, Brahma took all the boys and calves to another place. Thus he became entangled, for in the very, very near future, he would see how powerful Krishna was. So over here, after Krishna killed Aghasur, and when Krishna killed all of these demons, not only did he kill them, but because they had darshan of Krishna, and because when they were being killed in that last moment, Krishna was in front of them, they actually were all delivered and went back to the Vaikuntha planets and even to Golokdam. And Lord Brahma, who resides in the higher planetary systems, was astonished that how is this Krishna? And then after that, Krishna, who is Yagya book, who eats only what is offered in the Yagya, he is sitting and eating yogurt and rice with his friends. He's eating out of their boxes, their food plates, their containers. How is this Krishna? Right? How is this? How does this Krishna have so much power? Lord Brahma was confused. He was wonderstruck. And Brahma wanted to show his own power. Otherwise, where else? Why would have Krishna told his friends? Everywhere that Krishna went, he went with his friends. Right? Why would Krishna tell all of his friends that you sit here, I will bring the cows back to this spot? And why would the friends even let Krishna go? Because Krishna knows the past, present, and future. He knew that, okay, now Brahma has taken these cows and gone. So he didn't want his friends to get more afraid. He told them, you stay right here. See how caring Krishna is. A lot of times something bad may be coming towards us. We don't even know about it. We don't even know, but Krishna stops that in the way. Why? Because if he says that I do not approve of this happening to my devotee, that whole action, whatever it is, gets cancelled right there. So whatever was supposed to happen bad or something that wasn't supposed to be in our favor, Krishna stops it in its tracks. Why? Because everything that happens in a devotee's life, Krishna personally sanctions. He has to personally approve. And why would Krishna approve anything bad to happen to his devotees? Like how he did not approve anything bad to happen to his friends over here. He did not want them to get more afraid or start crying or start thinking, what will my parents say when they find out that we lost the calves? And not one, not two, all of his friends. So Krishna knew. That's why he personally went and started looking everywhere. And as he went on the other side, Brahma came on this side also where the friends were sitting, and took all of them and went. Right? Brahma took all the boys and the calves to another place. Thus, Brahma became entangled, and in the very near future, he would see how powerful Krishna was. So, over here in text 16, thereafter, when Krishna was unable to find the calves, he returned to the banks of the river, but there he was unable to see the cowherd boys. Thus, he began to search for both the calves and the boys, as if he could not understand what has happened. So here Krishna was acting like he did not understand what has happened. Like sometimes when even we play around with our children, we do peekaboo or we act like we are hiding under a blanket or something. The children does not understand what is happening. Krishna was doing that to Lord Brahma. Right? Brahma could not do that. Krishna was acting so that Brahma for a few more minutes becomes happy, becomes feel that I have so much power. Look at this boy. Look at this Krishna, how he's running around trying to figure out where are all the calves and the cows, or the calves and the boys. Right? This was a pastime that Krishna was displaying, that he did not know that what happened. How could he not know? That supreme personality of Godhead, how could he not know? Right? And then in the next verse in 17, when Krishna was unable to find the calves and their caretakers, the cowherd boys, anywhere in the forest, he suddenly understand that he could suddenly understand that this was the work of Lord Brahma. Right? And then after this, we will continue next tomorrow. Tomorrow we will read the Ekadashi Katha because Friday is Ekadashi. And then we'll continue with text 18 on for next week. So here through text 17, here Krishna has now understood that Brahma has taken all of the calves and the cowherd boys. And then we will see what happens next. We'll end here for today during this auspicious Kartik Mass. Everybody make sure to offer the deep dan, the ghee lamp, and sing the Damodar Ashtakam every day during this auspicious month. We'll end here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र बिहारी लाल की जय। राधा दामोदर की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। हरे कृष्ण।